Okay, I'll try to do it. I suck at intros, but let
Well,
me
you're
try.
right
Let's do it.
anyway. So for now, and to be honest with you, I don't know if we can be heard.
Good, good.
Hey,
Um, let's find out together.
oh shit. Okay, we're live. I'm looking at it.
We're live. Okay, let's see if anybody. Hopefully, people can hear us. Oh, I don't see it. Okay.
Listen, we are very much live because it's close.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Ambassadors Live Chat. We're going to talk about the best of 2020. And Scott, you have something of an itinerary tonight?
I do, Brian. I do. So as we go through this countdown, which is just get our gears in shape, we've got some adverts to show you. We've got interviews with some special guests. We have some special sequences that were made up just for this broadcast by Jason Seville. We have some contests where you, the viewers, you, the ambassadors, are going to pick what you think is the best figures from 2020. Mego figures. We have we have something for in it for everybody tonight, and at the last thing we're going to do, we have a super special Mego reveal, never before seen, upcoming figures that are coming out in these next waves.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So as the ticker ticks, well, I'll tell you what, we could speed this up. And I'll tell you what, how about a word from our sponsor? And we are on, gentlemen.
Thanks for that plug. That's awesome.
Well, it's not just that simple of a plug because it deserves everything it gets and then some. I have
Thanks. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, man. Brian, it's a knock. It's these are home runs. Issue 1 was a home run. I haven't got my copy of issue 2 yet, but I know it's going to be a home run. It's in the mail or close.
Yeah.
And,
well, thanks for that. It's not just me. There's a whole bunch of people involved. In fact, two guys, both with Chat in their names, Rob Chatlin and Corey Lee Chat, serve as like amazing editors and guidance, and I couldn't do it without them. And then I got Steve Moore comes in and gives me another, proofing, and then all the people who contribute to it are just amazing. So it's not just the house that Brian built. It's a community thing, and I'm really digging it, and it's really well received. Just need to find a distributor now. That's phase 2.
nice.
So
there you go.
If anybody knows anybody,
it looks great though.
Send it my way. Thanks.
We also have we got Mr. Frank Wojo. Frank, you want to say
what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Great things coming.
I see a
great time for Mego. Great time to be excited for Mego.
Figures from Frank. I see a lot of happy faces.
We
have downstairs. We have Mr. Jason Seville, and if you don't by now, well, I'll tell you what, he's the guy that's responsible for all this cool stuff, including what you're seeing right in front of him.
No, that would be the gentleman who right there, Mr. Covalt. He's responsible for a lot of the cool stuff.
Well, exactly, because next to Jason, we have the man, the myth. We have Andrew Covalt.
Yeah, Andrew.
Andrew, how you been? How have you been? How's tricks?
Oh, good, I guess. Not too bad. Good.
Okay. Man of many words. Man of many words. So
I wasn't prepared.
I'm gonna give you full screen and tell us. I think I'm gonna give you full screen. Hold on a minute. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, yes, sir. This is what we've been waiting for. We have Mr. Paul Clark.
Mr. Paul Clark.
He is coming aboard. That way, I can officially go into the shadows, which is what my intention was. I think I can go into the shadows. Let me shadow myself. Let's see if Paul. Hey, Paul. Well, while Paul is trying to join, let's go ahead and I want to show you. I want to show you something pretty cool. This is from Jason. If you guys are wondering, because I know everybody knows how easy it is just to throw a bunch of figures together and take some pictures, and they're going to look exactly like Jason does. So we're going to show you how easy it is right now with this little run.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Not it. No, that's a pretty crappy.
It's a very pretty cloud.
I have quoted it.
Go. How you guys doing? I want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and safe new year. And I welcome you as a team because this last year was a team effort. We turned around and we took a problem and we turned it into an opportunity. And that opportunity was for us as a group, just for me on a personal level, spectacular. You guys were great, you were gracious, and you were supportive. This year should be much better. We've opened up a range of additional customers. Now we have both Target and Walmart simultaneously. Our international business all exploding, all because of the Mego ambassadors. I heartily wish you and say thank you and all the best for a thankful and a wonderful and successful new year. Thank you.
All right. So now we are going to get Mr. Paul on here. And can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Jason, I sent
And
you.
by the way, did I hear that correctly? Target's back on board?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Target.
Hey, let's raise the roof on that announcement. I guess
Big
they
stuff,
saw
big
Walmart.
stuff. That's big stuff there, man.
Okay, so
Big
we're gonna switch guests real quick. Did you get your message, Jason? Did you see your message? Okay, stand by. Stand by. Okay. All right. And there's Paul. Hey, Paul.
How you doing?
There he is.
Good. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're-
switch screens again. And sorry about this, guys. All right, now we got Andrew back in. So let's right. Okay. Paul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Paul, why don't you tell us how you've been?
There he is.
Why
What,
did
is this therapy?
Huh? Yes, exactly. That's what it is.
How have I been? I've been drinking. That's,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
2 nights I have to drive some kids somewhere.
absolutely. So give us a rundown, man. We really need you to. I really need to figure out how I can. Go ahead.
What? Rundown of what? I don't say anything.
Yeah, you do.
Come on, Paul.
I don't admit to anything ever.
Okay, not only gonna fix it, but go ahead and be that chat, Kathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's see.
Tell us about that.
Anyone seen Hammer Dracula yet?
Physically?
Like in a store?
Yeah, like somewhere.
It
No.
hasn't, to my knowledge, shown up in Canada.
Well, that doesn't say much.
Well, except that Canada has Ultraman and Willy
I know.
Wonka, and
You guys do. We don't yet.
Yeah, that's why I'm. That's
we
kinda why
got
I'm
this
asking.
guy.
Here it is.
Who's that? Oh yeah, what was it?
Locutus and Q.
Nice. Very cool.
I don't question these things. I'm just happy that we got a scoop. We never get a scoop, so that
Yes.
worked out.
Well, I guess
These are showing up at Walmart now too. Can you see
Yeah.
that one? Yeah.
right, because that's
The
Happy New Fear.
Candyman. And,
Yeah.
what's that?
Happy New Fear was Candyman, Jeepers Creepers, Hannibal in the straitjacket, and
Leatherface, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was literally timed to be a July, on shelf. So,
All right.
Well, but I think Hammer Dracula is showing up in Europe, from what I understand.
Yeah. I think it's supposed
Really?
to ship to smaller retailers. I think closer to the end of this month, we should start seeing them. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that one's a winner. I really like that figure.
Yeah. Ultraman too, for sure. I love that
Oh
figure.
yeah.
I've yet
Yeah.
to see Hammer Dracula in person.
Okay.
You should go get him.
I just haven't.
I got him by accident.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's
Happy
the comedy.
accident.
Is like, oh, that's how it came out. Oh, good.
Yeah.
What a good thing.
Right.
I was shocked when I opened the box. It was kind of cool because Sean was here about a week ago, and I got to show him how the figure came out, because I don't think he'd seen it either.
Right.
Yeah.
Andy goes through that all the time. Andy,
Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, it's a cool look. It's a cool looking figure. I mean, even like online and social media, people are just are loving the thing. I mean, they just cannot wait for it.
Yeah, it was a bigger hit of a video than the Ultraman one, which surprised me. I thought Ultraman would be the big draw, and it did well, but definitely the Hammer Dracula video had a lot of people excited and interested.
It really seems like the horror line is picking up steam, just especially online, as far as just a lot of people, a lot of even just fringe Mego fans coming in the horror line is drawing a lot more people in. So I mean, that's a good thing.
Huge. Yeah, it is a good thing, and I also like that it appeals to more than one demographic. Like, I'm not a slasher guy, but there's monsters, so I'm satisfied with those figures.
That's the thing with horror. It actually has a thin membrane. It's fairly easy to get into it. There's a lot of different properties, and it's not like Star Wars, Star Trek.
Right. It
doesn't have a central location.
Yeah.
So you can do different styles and jump in, and go classic to slasher to, to foreign without alienating anybody, without focusing too much.
I remember, I think in the early 90s, I was doing Star Trek cons as a dealer, and then I signed up for the Fangoria Weekend of Horrors, and it blew my mind. First of all, there was like just a different breed of people went to those things. It wasn't like a Star Trek convention, and there was a lot of women, and I remember thinking to myself, I want to do more horror cons. And they are the most fun, I think. Whoa. Is that me?
And you always said, no, you're not.
Well, I wasn't married at that point.
Oh, really? Oh, it is far back.
But the first overnight trip I ever took with my wife was to Chiller Theater. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
In scenic New Jersey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There you go.
I knew where to take a lady. Well, to be fair, though, we'd stay in the Poconos, and I'd take her to a hotel that was probably really great in the 70s. Like they had
Okay.
a picture. When you went in the lobby, they had a picture of what it looked like in the 70s, and it was
Right.
pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You took it to the Concord.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it was a classy
The
establishment.
Borscht Belt. The Borscht
Yes.
Belt
Right.
Hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have a
It's the
skating
cheapest
cheapest
rink.
place I
clock
could
still?
have.
Hey,
I haven't
well,
been.
I was gonna say we're all fans of the '70s, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't been to Chiller probably since the last time I saw you there, Andrew.
Oh yeah. That was
That
quite a
was
while ago.
2003 or 2004. Yeah. So no,
Yeah.
I haven't been back.
I was there
It's not
2004.
Okay.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay, it must have been 2003.
I was out in the tent with Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, you had the booth. Yeah.
And
Oh my
coming back,
God.
a cop, what was it? Bush was just about to be reelected, and cops
Yeah.
pulled us over in our station wagon, heading into the Midtown Tunnel. You know, flashing a flashlight on my sleeping 3-year-old daughter,
Hmm.
and I was
Wow.
kind of like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah. Oh, really? Eh?
Bush's police state's already taken effect.
That
Jeez.
was quick. Oh,
Right.
I think we lost Andrew.
All right. So now
Faster number 4.
let's bring Jeff
Oh, there we go.
on. We're
There
going
he is.
to have Andrew on. We do have a special segment just on sculpting. And
Okay.
so I wanted to make sure Paul, when you were tardy, these are how these things happen. I'm just joking.
I've been tardy since the 8th grade.
Well, well, the good news is I can't get me back on. That's what I wanted. Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay. Jason, Paul, have you guys ever seen each other in person before?
Who?
You and Jason.
You will never remember. No, I've seen him at Star Trek conventions years ago, and he was like the only source for Mego products, but not since I've been taking pictures doing this kind of thing. No, I can't wait to meet him.
So it's Jason Seville,
Yeah.
not Jason Young.
Oh.
Actually, until about an hour ago, I did have my little COVID beard. So
Yeah, he was young about an hour ago. So as you can see. All right, Paul. So
What?
and I'm sorry, guys. I'll be honest with you. I had to do a little camera trickery there. Like I said, we have Andrew in the green room. I just figured out something that I wasn't really aware of at that time, but I am now. So continue. While we're doing that, go ahead, continue talk. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, sure.
What?
I thought we were doing the thing. I didn't know what you were doing.
Well,
Yeah.
we are. We got guys just kind of
Okay.
around in the background.
Wait. One thing I wanted to mention, Paul, is that I can really tell wave after wave for me, the figures just are getting more and more impressive. I mean, the sculpting, the detail, the licenses. I mean, it's just it's better. I'm sitting here, I'm gleeful like a kid talking about this, but it's just like they're great. I mean, they're getting better and better. I mean, it's just I cannot wait to see what this year's going to bring. I mean, it's just like I cannot wait. So
Well,
it's
great. It's great
Kudos,
that
brother.
we have a couple sculptors that we like Sean and Andrew that have been dealing with for many years. So they know the scale, they know what they see what it's going to come out like. So
Right.
they know when they're working. The problem is you'll want to bring in new people so that you have a good sized, resource.
Sure.
But
yeah.
every time you do, you have to go through the trouble of explaining it all and working with them, and
Right.
then what comes out the other end isn't what you intended. So it's nice to have pinch hitters.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Sure.
I always say the trifecta: cheap, fast, and good.
Nice.
And I've been working with him for 20 years.
Okay.
He and I met in a mall in New Jersey.
Really?
I was dumb enough to set up my Stuff-Mego stuff in a mall.
Okay.
One of these like mall flea markets.
Oh yeah.
I
yeah.
thought so.
He was like, "Yeah,
Right.
I'm thinking it's starting to do some sculpts." I'm like, okay, let me see them. Let me see what you're doing. But and Sean Sampson is Brian's friend. He's a makeup artist on horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's an Oscar winner.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
he's an Oscar winner. Yeah, we have an Oscar winning.
That's cool.
Actually, I joke with him. He's got an Oscar and he's got an Emmy, and I'm like, all you need to do is get a Tony and a Grammy, and you got
and a
it.
There you go. There you go.
Sean is like, a huge monster kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, when you say to him, well, we need a Karloff Frankenstein, he doesn't go, well, what does that mean?
Right.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, got it.
Right.
And he knows, and he did the Frankenstein that we did with Diamond Select in 2010, I think.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that was Glenn
Strange.
Strange. So he knows what he has, what you're going for.
Okay.
So look, I'd love to take credit for everything, but these guys just know, and it's great. And Rachel knows what she's doing,
Oh, absolutely.
So all I got to do is point and shoot,
It definitely shows. I mean, I kind of look at the parallels from like when Mego first started back in the day. You had your generic pirates, your Western, your knights, and stuff like that in the first couple years, and kind of put parallels for the first couple waves when you guys came back, and you kind of see the progression from the 70s when you guys hit your mark like about 1974, 75, and now what are you in? What are we in now? 2-3 years into the relaunch. And you guys are hitting your stride all over again. I mean, you're doing some fantastic looking figures.
It also helps, when you're dealing with the factory gets to know
right
what you got, what you're looking for, So the more produced those Target figures were a miracle. that was 60 figures in less than 6 months.
Wow.
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
8 and 14-inch.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt with the
And that's why
I'm sorry.
whenever possible, I steal from Vintage Mego.
Hey.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's a nice homage.
Sure.
To say, well, this is look, we're Mego. Let's take from what Mego did.
Right.
Same Batman belt for the 14-inch that was on the magnetic.
Yeah.
But
nice.
also, it saves you the trouble of having to sculpt the Batman belt in that scale.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, you can kind of, because Vintage Mego is there, we could get things over to the factory and say, copy this.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty cool, though. I mean, because it's like, to your point, you're taking, the old, making it new again, and it fits right in, the same look, same aesthetic. I think it's great.
But you guys are doing a lot less of that nowadays.
Well,
yeah.
You'll see.
Okay.
There you go.
We've said too much.
Right.
So I got a question. Paul.
Go ahead, Scott.
This is actually Rachel wasn't feeling well. She was gonna originally come on, and I got a message from her around 5 o'clock. She just couldn't do it. Bless her heart. And on those lines, Kevin Fiore, he's a little ill right now. He's got the Quincy. So everybody kind of say get well, brother, to Kevin. And
get well, brother. Get well.
Get well, Kevin.
We know he's watching. But my question is this. I know originally that Rachel, I'm not sure like how the formula actually worked, but now with all of these figures coming out of there, especially like the Star Trek Discovery one, to me that had some of the most intricate detail of any of them. And I thought personally that's my favorite. And we've had a chance to see to get a glimpse of the future and stuff like that, and we're just really liking those two. So, in your opinion, from then till now, has the chemistry between all of you gotten to the point where it's just like, hey, Rachel, I need this, and she's already on top of it to where it's like a one and done, like, oh, perfect.
Yeah. Rachel has done a lot of, had a learning curve on the earlier stuff that was actually a lot more complicated, like Marilyn Monroe or something, trying to do, whenever possible, I try to say to her, this outfit, like basically Candyman is Mr. Hyde in leather.
Right.
Right. Same look. Same,
Awesome.
And that was Barnabas Collins from the Dark Shadows line. We're just going to rip off whatever I can, as a short, I'll send her something and say, just make this in blue and put it back out. And some stitching here, The other problem is it's also a function of budget. You can't do what you'd like to do because the factory has to replicate it.
Fascinating.
Within a certain price. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, I want to use velour." No, I have to use we have to use a cheap version of velour. Okay, I can't talk about that one yet. Okay.
What? Reveal time?
Loose lips sink ships. But there are times where you go, "Oh well, what can I like we send something too complicated that like Discovery. Discovery actually was a really complicated outfit, and CBS made it more complicated by saying it had to have the Delta shields on the gold parts.
No kidding.
Okay.
Rachel didn't do those. She couldn't print those, so she sent just gold panels. And the factory's like, well, the sample you said this was gold panels. And CBS was like, no, it's a part of the uniform, and we insist you do it. So the factory had to silk screen on the gold material those little Delta shields.
Yeah, that's
right.
So after it was already printed, then they went back and did that?
No. When they were working on, we sent turnarounds to the of the costume to the licensor, and they said, no, this must be on there. And we were kind of like, well, it's kind of like, we don't care, it has to be. So it's like, okay, well, we're going to be doing others like this, so might as well get used to it.
That's amazing, though.
Interesting.
It's just
It looks great. I mean, the end product, Paul. I mean, the outfit. I think it's.
I keep a Subaru in front of me.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get him. I missed him.
Well, too bad.
I'll have another opportunity.
Let me know, Brian. I can hook you up.
And
it's actually in the country. I just keep missing it when it comes on Toys R Us, but I appreciate it. Yeah.
We had to do custom hands for him that nobody even notices.
Yeah. Well, people go, why doesn't he have a phaser? And I'm like, I think his hands are probably why he doesn't have a phaser. Because the tooling on that,
They also did the specially sculpted boots. I was shocked on that when they went.
Yep.
It works.
I mean, that made the figure.
Andy Covalt did those.
Oh, they're really good.
Really?
You talk to Andy about that.
He's a rock star.
He's coming
got
back.
that done.
So.
Oh yeah.
And
it's a nice
as usual,
figure.
Under the gun.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's crazy good, though.
I've only ever watched Discovery once or twice, but I like that. I like Aliens. I like that character.
So
he's cool.
So speaking of that, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just had to say this because I just happen to have one here because I'm trying to figure out a way, because I'm impatient, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make a regular male version out of this. So I was going to cut like this detail part here and add this to a pair of Fonzie boots and then just sleeve this on the ankle. You know what I mean? Like so the Fonzie boots would be, I'm sorry.
Basically slip it over the top of the Fonzie boot is what you're talking about.
It'll be slipped over a bare ankle, and the Fonzie boot would be this part right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
20 years ago, you're going to kick yourself for doing that. And screw those for a couple $100.
I bought a case of these.
So, I got a quesadilla.
Yeah. So you're the guy. Yes, I was. I bought a case.
For Pike, I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school. The Delta shields are on the side of his boot.
Cool.
The Star Trek.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Pike.
So we didn't make special boots for Pike.
Okay.
You know,
I think
it's
we had to.
that actor really does look like Jeffrey Hunter, doesn't he?
I think he looks a lot like Jeffrey Hunter. I mean, there's sometimes I'm watching the show and I'm like, wow, you know, it was a good choice for the role, I think.
I am so excited about that. You don't watch Discovery. You should.
It's very good.
I love
very good.
I love it of every ounce of it. I can't get enough of it. I can't.
Season 2 brought in the Enterprise, Pike, Number 1, and Spock.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're doing a show of that. So
I'm gonna probably watch that. It's called Brave New World, isn't it?
Yes.
Strange New World.
Strange New World.
Yep.
Oh, in lieu of boots, is Pike going to have the accessory belt with a phaser and a communicator?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Pike,
wonderful trade-off.
Yes. See?
That's cool.
Save money on custom boots, you get weapons.
Right.
I don't even know what the phasers look like on that show. I really I'll probably check it out.
Not much different.
They very purposely showed you the classic phaser and then pulled it apart in the credits and made a new version.
Yeah.
Because
it's similar
from that.
It's similar silhouettes. Similar
Season
silhouette.
3, they call it the Shark or something, you know. It's a different, more like a next generation phaser.
Oh, okay.
With that, with that slope, better hand ergonomic, more TV remote.
Yeah.
It always looked like a dustbuster to me.
It does.
So,
that's
right.
But, Yep.
It does.
That's funny.
Well, in the first and second season, that original prop it was known as the Dustbuster.
Yeah. I think
that was its unofficial name.
I can't unsee. I can't. Every time I'm gonna be like, maybe we get to the corners too. So let's take a minute. I want to take a minute because we're getting a lot of comments. We've got over 600, over 700 comments, likes, and emojis and stuff like that. So I want to take a moment to embarrass Jason. I want everybody out there. Well, not that kind of embarrassment. We won't show those. I'm just kidding. No, I want everybody out there to, including everybody here that's on this panel. What is your opinion about the difference, the level of professionalism that these that the pictures that the product pictures have become with the addition of Jason, and what do you think of his talent? Anybody can chime in.
Everybody? Oh, I think it's amazing. I love looking at those photos, and it adds a level of professionality to the company. I think it's fantastic.
It absolutely does. I mean, I look at Jason's pictures, and it's just like, I mean, it's like something you see from like a major movie studio or something. I mean, it's just, they're amazing. I mean, I'm thankful for letting me use them too. I mean, you're very talented. It's very talented.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Your passion
behind it is just to make them look fun, not do all the photoshopping. It's like build a $2 set and have some fun.
Right.
No, you're definitely you're shrinking real things. You've got the technology to shrink, and you're not sharing it.
I can't tell you contemporary wars and my time travel devices.
Your dollar store stories are just lies. You are shrinking real objects.
He does have
You're not sharing with the rest of us, because God damn it, you don't think I'd want to shrink some things?
Yeah, right. To 1/9 scale, right?
Yeah. I don't know how we did it, but we're going to get them.
To be honest with you, those weren't Viking bodies that I just received. Thanks, Jason. I'll checks in the mail.
Yeah, right.
But, no, I mean, it's just really good. Paul, don't you have a story, or maybe you might have a story about Marty upon seeing the Hammer Dracula, Jason's picture?
Why? What were you told?
It was all good. I mean, I think it was reiterated from Jason.
Oh yeah, no, Marty. Yeah, we're Bruce, Joel, me, Marty. We're sitting around a table, and the pictures came in, and I mean, Marty loved the sculpt he saw from Sean. He was like, "Oh my God, this is the best sculpt I've ever seen." In 60 years of making toys,
Yeah.
But
Good
when
one.
he saw the Hammer Dracula by Jason, so he said, he's like, that looks like a person. That doesn't
It
even
did.
look
It
like.
did.
Yeah.
Yes. It
Yeah.
absolutely did.
And that's exactly what I said. And it totally
He's like, how did he get that pose out of the figure? You know.
Well, it starts with the sculptor, the seamstress, the men and women with the
Yeah,
ideas.
it's all you. Just take credit. Just all you.
The pictures
to
were
work
amazing.
with.
Amazing,
See
Jason.
what I have to work with? It's garbage.
Yeah.
So having said that, we got Andrew waiting in the wing, and unfortunately, as neat as this software is, and I wish I could do it, but I'm the only one that can't do it, I guess, because of where it comes from. But I'm going to go black right now. Does somebody want to? Frank, I was actually going to ask you to. Do you want to step out with me? I'm
Take 5. Yep.
Yep, take 5. And we're going to bring Andrew in, and we'll do an in-depth discussion. Or whatever you guys want to do, but let's talk about the sculpting. Let's talk about that aspect of it because I think that's improved 1,000%. All right, so Frank, I'm gonna put you back in the green room.
Yep. See you guys soon.
Hi, Frank.
And let's bring Andy back on. Andrew. All right, pal. So you are going to take the place of guest number 1. I hope now. Does Andrew know he's back on? Let me
I know I'm back on. I'm just trying to shut off my phone so I can. Okay. Sorry.
All right. Paul's
Because you're working.
Yeah, I was working.
Yeah.
I am, but you can't see that one. So.
Oh, good. You shouldn't see that one.
Mm-mm.
You shouldn't see that one. Poor Andy and I live in the world of we can't talk about that. Everything he works on, he can't say a word about it until it shows up and everybody's talking about it.
I'm reading.
Yeah.
I already
Been through that a few times.
Yeah, I got his email password. I George Costanza him. I got him chopped outside. All right, guys, go ahead. Pretend I'm not here. I'm going to fade to black, if I can do that. And Jason, why don't you go ahead and ask Andrew those questions you were talking about earlier?
Oh no.
Yep, there we go.
It's an inquisition. Inquisition.
Yeah, I didn't expect it.
I have to be honest. I'm going to fanboy out for 2 seconds first. Your sculpts are just, for Mego products, it brings such a high level of just coolness to these figures that, man, head and shoulders above anything I got back in the 70s. I mean, you really were able to bring these into the new millennium. Your sculpts. I mean, honestly, though, what is it about a face when you're sculpting that kind of inspires you? I mean, what are you looking for out of that lump of clay when you're sculpting these things? What's that twinkle in the eye?
I try to look for some kind of personality, usually depending upon the character, something that maybe it's a slight crooked smile or the eyes or something. I don't know what it is that I'm looking. I'm just trying to make it look like the guy more often than not. So yeah,
there's a lot of sculpts I see, they go too symmetrical, I guess it were, but on a lot of your sculpts, it's like you've got those little flaws that real people have, and it's like, oh wow,
is that a compliment? I'm not sure.
That's intentional.
Hey, by all the way, your stuff's crooked. Yeah. So
no, you know what I'm talking about. You know what
Andy, Joe used to say, "Why is it off? Why isn't it?" Well, everyone will look like they've had a stroke.
Yeah, that's my goal. I'm trying to make everybody look like a stroke.
That's true.
That's
There's
No,
only
I
one way to be a
personally
villain in
think
this
that's
business.
what brings the whole personality to these figures and just makes these things rock. And that's all you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Gentlemen, any other questions?
Andy doesn't talk
Because I don't want to hog the air up because I could, send you the choirs all night on this artist.
No, we need to
Listen,
keep going, man.
Andy doesn't talk much. 20 years of working with him, he's even in person, on the phone, he doesn't speak much. He answers questions, but he doesn't really initiate. So you're gonna have to.
Well, I've noticed
Yeah, well, if
you do a lot of
can't answer
genres. You have a favorite that you like to sculpt? I mean, are you into the sci-fi more, the horror? I mean, regular folk?
I like
What
to
do you
sculpt
enjoy?
stuff. Well, I like when it's a character or an actor or something that either not a lot of people have done, because that's fun, or a lot of people have done. So it's kind of like, well, what's my version of this guy going to be? So that's fun. And yeah, and when it's superheroes, that too. It's kind of like, what's the iconic look of this?
We're superhero kids.
Yeah. Like I try to look up the different artists that I think, okay, this guy did it, like Neil Adams, and in a lot of cases, I guess if it was a Marvel character, Buscema or John Romita. So yeah, I'm just I guess iconic, trying to figure out what's iconic about whatever I'm sculpting.
I wanted to ask you something, Andrew. The Batman, was that influenced at all by like the Grant Morrison run of Justice League?
The 14-inch or the 8-inch?
Oh, sorry, the 8-inch.
Oh, the 8-inch.
Yeah.
It started off, it was kind of a Neil Adams Batman, and then we got revisions from DC or from Warner Brothers, and they sort of redid the whole thing to look like a modern Batman. Right. They drew straight on top of my turnarounds. And so
I think it was Grant Moore it was that, because he has that little cut mask.
Yeah, that's I guess something new that they're doing now.
It looked like it left out of that comic, and I love that comic, so it was just kind of like that's where I thought it was going. I didn't realize it started out as an Adams tribute, which just makes sense.
Well, we were originally doing kind of the style, the Justice League, the animated Justice League style. Not animated style, but here's the design, right? And make it look like human, not animated. So that's where it started out. But I kind of was looking at Adams he does the iconic Batman, or for me, Aparo, I like Aparo. But I think for most people it's Adams.
Yeah, I think Adams, because of how old we are, is probably really, really iconic as well. Like when I think of Batman, I think of that Shooting Robin Treasury edition they had.
Oh,
like
right.
That's immediately where my mind goes. Yeah. I still have that. I still have my original one when I was a kid. Well, I was as a kid, I was actually really into Robin for some reason. I guess because Dick Grayson was like at that point an older teenager. And I kind of thought that's who I want to be when I grow up is Robin,
really? I really like the Power Records. I still do, but those that Stacked Cards comic with the Neil Adams art is that was one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, they talk about frontal lobotomies, and there's 2 corpses in that children's book. It's it's kind of
I don't know if you've ever seen the Man Thing one. But in the first 2 pages, the clown shoots himself in the head. I mean, it's like, did anyone at Power Records think about that for more than 10 seconds? Like, it's a really strange story.
There's also a funny one in Man-Bat, the Batman meets Man-Bat, and spoiler, his Man-Bat's wife drinks a serum and becomes a bat. But that basically means she was walking around and she grabbed a drink. I guess he leaves his bat serum just sitting out on the counter, and she drank it because she was drinking. She's drunk, and she takes off as a bat to go fight Batman. It's the craziest story.
Nothing beats though the Kojak Power Record. It's just as bad as it's beautifully drawn. It's done by Continuity Studios, and obviously whoever was working there was making little in jokes because one character is clearly based on Charles Bronson, and it's got all those kind of little things in there. But
really?
It's about killing bookies and stuff. Like it really is just like, why would a child this is a bad idea,
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised that when you see them in the wild, they're always sealed.
I have a
because like I don't think they sold well.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
That's so crazy. See, I'm right here, but I was just messing around with stuff. I hope I can get rid of it now. I did not mean to come back on.
Yeah.
It.
I remember I watched Beretta.
I love.
Oh yeah,
And Beretta was life in like Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The Lower East Side or something. It was
Yeah.
all junkies, hookers, and rummies.
Probably.
Yeah.
And we laughed because it was funny.
Yeah,
Mike was doing was doing impressions.
Yeah.
my wife.
Stand-up routines.
Yeah, they were a bromance, the original bromance.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
My wife will always ask me when I'm watching an old detective show. She always goes, "Is that the guy with the bird?" Like that is her only kind of vague memory, and like to her, Columbo and Banachek, and they all have birds. It's this weird vagueness.
Starsky and Hutch. I'm amazed they didn't do Beretta.
Yeah, I think it might have been because
would have been their old surprise in the 70s to see Amigo Beretta with the bird, because the bird made it kid friendly.
You could have taken.
Oh yeah.
You didn't even have that one. You could just reuse the Pirates one, paint it white instead of green.
And they would have, trust me.
Yeah, it would have been right. I would have bought it.
Somebody would have said, "Did we do bird ones?"
Yeah,
Go find the tool.
There's a lot of missed TV detective ones. I think like Columbo, I guess, just wasn't really appealing to kids, or was there a
Columbo?
I think there may have been.
He was only on twice a week. He didn't have like a.
Yeah, he didn't have a regular show.
Month or
But
something.
it was huge. He
was part of the Sunday night mystery movie.
But he was like rotating schedule though, so he wasn't like a weekly thing like Starsky and Hutch or Beretta was, and then a weekly thing, because that was my mom's my mom's boy, that and Andy Williams. Jesus Christ.
My mom watched Macmillan and Wife a lot.
Well, seen that too.
There is Amigo opportunity we could have had. I need a little John Shuck.
My mother drank scotch and took Valium, so she was asleep by Beretta.
There you go. There you go. So we've got a ton of stuff to give away, and we're trying to figure out a good way to do that. Anybody have any suggestions?
Toss it into the crowd.
Yeah, really. I'm like, look, how do you give stuff away? Either they have to write an essay.
Well,
yeah. Well, I like that one.
Parties, or which that number's unlisted.
I mean, we could. It's just
pull names out of a hat. You can't have trial by combat over the internet.
That's what Joel said, but who's got a hat with somebody's name already in it? I don't.
No, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to write down everyone's names.
Yeah, they just posted on Facebook.
We could. Why don't we just lie and say we did? We'll just we'll do a name generator, and hopefully there's a. I guess we can't do that. We do a random.
At least don't say that out loud.
Oh, that's right.
Why don't you ask a trivia question, and the first person to answer correctly wins a prize?
I was thinking about doing that, but who's got some good trivia?
Oh, how about what's in wave 13?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, you go.
I have a trivia question on the back of the of Amigo Museum trading card. I could ask this question.
Well, Brian.
Not feeling the love. Okay, all right.
Okay.
True or false? Mego reused Super Pirates heads on other lines.
Almost answered. Well, okay. So first of all,
I'm just waiting for anyone to.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
I got 2 trues, 3 trues. I got about 8 trues.
Who was the? Well.
So you got a follow-up question.
Yeah, you know what? It is actually not a good question to ask because it says something that I don't fully agree with. So maybe I'll do a different question.
Okay.
This was back before we discovered that I believe the Green Arrow was reused from
The base, but he
Captain.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was in the base. Okay, so we'll go with. Did
I mean,
anyone answer?
Sculpted sheets.
What's that? Yeah, okay. Did
Andrew.
anyone answer false, Scott?
Well, wait. Say that again.
Did anyone answer false? Because the true answer is false. No, they did not reuse any of the head sculpts.
But I'm still having, because it's still saying I'm not getting the people's names with the live feed. I would have had to have started the thing.
Oh, rats. Okay.
Hey, that makes it a bit difficult. Guys, hold on. I mean, not you guys, but the guys in the. Give me 1 minute. I got to pull it up to speed. I got 452 comments to. And wow, you know how slight that lag is. I just turned my phone on it. It just repeated what I just said.
Okay, the
first false looks like it's Art.
Cool.
Baltazar?
No, that would be Art Henning. Yes, Art Baltazar. I have no idea who.
I don't know how we got all the arts.
Okay, so right. So now, wait. So I'm getting no, it is Art Baltazar. But before we do anything else, I'm getting some feedback from the boss, and I got Frank Wojcik ready to join. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. This is the unprofessional part, but I'm not complaining. Why? Because there's sound, there's picture. I can see everybody. Obviously, we're being heard. So, oh, Joseph Shepard was the first false. Holy crap. Well, I see Art. Okay, well, oh, we're also in closed caption. I forgot about that. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Let me go to see what the boss says. We do have a boss. His name is Joel. Okay, we can announce the winners on another live. Oh, yes, all winners announced after the live. We're live announcing the winner. Okay.
Hey, Joseph, playing with Superman.
I
didn't see that?
That would be Jason. Okay, so does everybody agree to that? But that means those answers we're not gonna wait a week. So what we're gonna do? Go ahead.
Ask a question, collect the answers, and then figure out who won.
Comments to go back with.
In live,
That is cool. All right, so for rating in the ring, I have hold on a minute. All right, I can do that too all day long. Okay.
That don't sound good.
All right, so we got Frank ready to join back in. Andrew, talk to us. What's the best thing you think you've done this year that you're allowed to talk about?
That's incriminating.
Yes.
Oh.
I refuse to answer on the grounds that may incriminate me.
Figure-wise.
That's right. Fifth Amendment, whatever that is. The best thing that I've done? Oh, I don't know. Somebody else has got to decide what the best thing I've done is. I don't know. I try to do. Yeah, don't look at it like that, Paul.
Okay.
What is your favorite?
Personal.
Oh, my favorite.
Cliff Clavin was your favorite.
It was Cliff Clavin. I peaked at Cliff.
To be honest, that was one of my favorites, dude.
Because it was definitely not something we're happy
you
about.
Cannot beat a Cliff Clavin in the house. Everyone should have one. Ratzenberger household here.
Wow. Okay. So
Who knew?
You're
Who
gonna.
knew it was Cliff?
Who knew?
So you're gonna opt with the answer from the question what you did this year to something that you actually did 3 years ago.
This year, Leatherface is my favorite. I really like the way that one came out. And the amount of time I had was still like, I don't know. I like the way that one came out. So I'll pick Leatherface.
Okay, Leatherface it is. Leatherface.
I think this year the best one you did was Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, huh? Better.
That was a very difficult sculpt.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Well, yeah, but I guess to be clear, that's included because since if the figure's officially out, it's included in the poll tonight.
Well, it's shipped out before.
The most difficult one was Saru. All the stuff for Saru was took me to the brink of insanity. I think the details on the head and the boots. I had to sculpt them solid. I didn't know if the figure was even going to stand. I thought if I can get the boots to stand, maybe the figure will stand in the production, And I guess it does, so that's good. But man, that was the hardest one.
You nailed it.
I hear you. All right, Andy, we're going to put you back in the green room for a minute. I'm going to bring Frank.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, man. I wish I could keep
I'll put those in the corner.
How to do that. And we're gonna run through some of Jason's time lapse how to do's, and so hold on 1 second. Oh Jesus! Oh, there you are. Okay, you're back in the green room. Frank is coming in. Frank, you're back in. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not back in. Frank, you're back in.
All right.
But let me switch.
How was Limbo?
Brian,
Limbo. It was kind of like.
It was kind of.
He's
back with the unbaptized babies.
No, that's all right.
I'm back.
Back.
I had a really witty comeback for you, Paul. I got cut off.
It's comedy, baby.
No, Brian, check your catechism.
I liked what I did.
Got Red
A little
Limbo.
while.
Babies went to heaven.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Bulldogs.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking I'm getting it from a George Carlin routine.
There you go. There you go. See, there's this really cool feature button in here that I've been messing with all week long, and I just found it. Okay, cool. Because
I think it's worth noting that I see Joel posted in the comments that they heard from Doug Jones, and he loves the Saru figure.
okay,
One testament to Mr. Covalt's work, really, honestly.
awesome.
Superb figure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm trying to get rid of me. I know that sounds bad, but okay. All right, I'll deal with that. I'm still there. God damn it. Oh, my bad. Family show. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah.
Continue on. I'm really trying.
Jason, what you were talking about, Doug Jones. He loves the figure. He's actually going to be posting on his Instagram here pretty soon with him and his little, as he called it, his little mini me. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love adding it to my collection because I've been a fan of his for years. I mean, that man.
Same here. Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yep.
But is this the first time he's had an action figure made of himself?
Yes.
Probably.
Well, I thought they had the character from Pan's Labyrinth. Didn't NECA do
And he was Abe Claypian as well.
Don't have the answer.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, but
I thought that didn't really have his face, and that's what I like about Saru. You can still see Doug Jones.
Doug Jones, right? Yep, absolutely.
And Covalt captured that in his sculpt, by the way. I was impressed.
He did. Doug Jones was thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, the shame was
Really cool.
Mego body doesn't really lend itself to the long lankiness of
Right.
Saru.
Right.
He's much longer arms, and we couldn't really capture that. Without and his height. He's incredibly tall on the show.
But I think even in the confines of that, Paul, you guys pulled it off, though. I mean, it's
between the
Mego.
boots and the fact that you had to bend him to get him to balance perfectly. I thought silhouette-wise, he really matched up to the actual.
Did a nice job.
I got a question for Paul.
What?
Because I hear this all the time, and for the ambassadors to know this as well. What does it mean when the sculpt has been approved by the likeness of the sculpt has been approved by the actor or whatever? I know it sounds pretty cut and dry, but when you get something, and we hear like, well, it was approved by so and so, and you're looking at it and you'd be like, wow, why? Like it doesn't look like them. So like some cases. So
all right, look, some don't even look at it. Their people look at it, or they just rubber stamp it, and just say, yeah, okay, good. That's their prerogative. Some
Right.
come back with multiple changes. I have to say, Lynn Lugosi was very difficult to deal with
Yeah.
on Bela Lugosi. And I think we really did a good job of the sculpt.
Surprising
Right.
because
Right.
that I thought was one of the best figures of that way.
It looked
Yes,
good.
so did I. But but
Mhm.
she wanted input. She wanted she wanted the phone number of the sculptor. She wanted to
Oh.
contact
Really?
the sculptor
Okay.
directly and work and tell them what to do. We're like, they're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gets to see turnarounds. You get to see turnarounds and approve the sculpt.
Okay.
She wanted to approve the paint master, the costume samples. She thought it was her, that she was the not the licensor, but the manufacturer.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
So if I have to talk out of school about anybody, it'd be Lugosi.
Paul, wasn't there a story about Sheriff back in the day too? As far as, did you ever hear that story? Marty, tell that story. Yeah, tell that one. That's great.
It's in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
book where
Yep.
he didn't change the sculpt; he just changed the paint dab.
Right.
And she kept saying, "Oh, the sculpt, the eyes have to be different, the face has to be different." Kept pointing to things that would mean resculpting, and he was like, "Nah." he goes, change the paint dab, and he said, "It's not even a matter of if there's anything wrong with it. She just wants to be able to reject it.
Right.
She just wants to have her, it's a function of power.
Yeah.
It's not a technical thing." And 5 times she said, "Okay, it looks great." She was like, "We didn't change much of anything, but
Right. That's
we
great.
wanted us to keep going to her." And she, well, look, this, that, and they sold millions of them.
Right.
She got this actually made the news back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Where
60 Minutes.
That was
Really?
They
Yeah?
were
Wow.
getting a check for like $1 million from Mego.
Wow.
That was like nobody had ever seen that kind of merchandising money from anything.
Wow.
And that put it on, that made news. Her getting a check from Marty for $1 million
Holy crap.
Wow.
on a licensing deal. Now, these people expect multi-million-dollar,
Yeah.
Lucas,
Right.
if you ever listen to, the story of Star Wars, before Lucas edited it all, he, said to Fox, "I want the merchandising rights." And Fox was like, "Yeah, whatever. What merchandising rights? Nobody's ever going to, we're making a movie. Let's worry about box office, But he was smart enough. And I said, that's because he knew he was not that famous or that rich where he wasn't going into stores and seeing Planet of the Apes and Mego Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Going, hey, you can
Mego,
the part I have a problem with that is that Fox was the one selling all that Planet of the Apes merchandise.
Yes.
It doesn't that like they didn't even know what they were doing. Like that drives me crazy how short-sighted they were on that.
Yeah, I know. They pretty much took Mego's blueprint of action figures, play sets. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
Right. But that's what if they gave it to somebody else like a Mattel,
right,
they would expect them to do all that,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Now licensing departments want to be very involved.
Right.
Back then, you sign the check, we'll give you some reference, see you later.
Right.
Can't wait to see
and it
come up.
shows.
And it shows. They were. That's why you get the Planet of the Apes. Jumping parachute guys.
Yeah.
That's why you get. You get Wigglies. That's why you get the Star Trek Spock helmet with the flashing helmet.
The flashing blade on it.
Thing is amazing.
Licensors never cared what you did with
Yeah.
yourself.
Now usually like a third party. Like it would
now
just be
they're very
some third
concerned
party.
that everything looks the same.
Yeah.
That's why we have horrible packaging.
Oh, I know.
They want everything from inflatable rafts to action figures to look exactly the same on the shelf.
But like, I mean, like this Paramount style guide is so like, what are they selling, hardware? I don't get why it looks like this. And I know it's Paramount, but I complained about it somewhere, and it turns out one of the people that worked on it was actually in the group I was in. So,
Okay.
Oopsie poopsie. But yeah, I never understand this kind of committee thing. It kind of makes things.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Brian.
Just
It
the
doesn't-
ambassadors, just so I can tell everybody, we went in there with the original Star Trek packaging.
Yeah.
We went in pitching just what Mego did. Because the whole point of this is we wanted on the shelf at Target, you to feel like you were a time warp.
Right.
And I wanted to have a Sulu like I did with Diamond Select.
Yeah.
You saw a packet, you saw Sulu.
Circles with the faces,
Yeah. I never got that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said, cool. No. Now we have to do the stripes for Target. And then after Paramount was like, no, you must do the blue field.
Gotcha.
And we were like, and trust me, my heart breaks every time I have to do so. I have to say, no, we're not going to do. Because remember, for Sulu and Chekhov, we went back and found Harold Scholl.
Yeah.
Who did packaging.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And got him to draw from scratch. Sulu, Chekhov, Khan. In fact, machine I've got the Wrath of Khan, just pencil sketched by him.
Okay.
Oh, really? Eh?
So we went, no, that's the episode. We're not doing the movie one, TV episode.
Gotcha. That would have been cool.
I didn't give permission at the time.
Yeah.
The cons, the Canadian exclusive cons there, they are not around.
No, because we didn't make that many.
Yeah.
The run was less than 3,000. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll get him back.
Hey, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I finally found a nice, comfortable place to be, and I can start looking at the comments as we're going along. So you guys continue what you're doing and stuff like that. However, I did want to add, for those of you who didn't see it earlier, at this time it's 9:40. I'm going to go ahead and we do have a message from Marty. This is to all the ambassadors, and this is basically how he feels about you guys. And I played it earlier, but it was kind of an accident. This isn't on purpose. So
play it again.
Without further ado, here we go. Here's Marty Abrams.
How you guys doing? I want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and safe New Year. And I welcome you as a team, because this last year was a team effort. We turned around and we took a problem and we turned it into an opportunity. And that opportunity was for us as a group, just for me on a personal level, spectacular. You guys were great, you were gracious, and you were supportive. This year should be much better. We've opened up a range of additional customers. Now we have both Target and Walmart simultaneously. Our international business all exploding, all because of the Mego ambassadors. I heartily wish you and say thank you and all the best for a thankful and a wonderful and successful New Year. Thank you.
So when is Target going to begin?
That's awesome, man. That's great.
January? No, not June. I guess March.
March.
Okay. Oh, March. Okay.
Yeah, March.
Nice.
This is January.
It'll be in the adult collectible selection section as well, I guess.
I hope so.
Okay.
What
was the philosophy behind the Target stripes, Paul?
That was all Target.
What did they ever give you their reasoning behind it?
They thought they wanted each wave to have a different color,
Awesome.
and they said this way they'll stand out, and we just we'd like to make them more character specific, more more line specific, and it was no, this is what we want, and what.
Were they thinking like it was some sort of like, because they're thinking it's a retro, they're thinking in their minds it's a retro figure, to put some like retro striping on the packaging or something like that? I mean, that's the only thing I can come up with, when you think about it.
I don't know. We made over 500,000 figures for them.
Wow.
There's 3 waves, 12 8-inch in each wave. That's 36. 12, what was it? Yeah, 12 14-inch. So that's 48. And the 2-packs.
Yeah.
Right.
The 2-packs were 4, 6, 4, 8, 12. So it was 60 different characters.
Wow.
Well, look, see, Black Batman, Blue Batman, but
right.
but 60 different characters, 10,000 of each. It was right there on the packaging.
Yeah.
So that's 600,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they they rolled out starting August. What was it? August 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by Christmas it was all done. And
wow.
Everything. And they didn't sign the deal. They didn't commit until like March.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So we're like, that's why, as much as possible, it was what can we grab that I'd already done before?
Okay.
Yeah.
What was already, what was low hanging fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd done Mirror Universe.
20, 25 years from now, people are gonna be scrambling for those figures. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where
they're gonna be going crazy for Rudies.
Exactly.
I've stockpiled them.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
you're all gonna have to come to me.
That's freaking funny. So check this out. I'm gonna step in for a minute. Wait, that was not the right button. Sorry about that.
Tons of prime color.
How about that? Okay. Oh, just real
there
quick.
He is.
Just real quick. I just got word from Team Joel, which includes Team Marty, that the way they're going to do the contest with all the things that we're giving away, which if you guys don't know, it's a signed Aragorn, it's a signed Mummy, it is a single of Superman, a single of Wonder Woman, a single of Batman. It is a Mego Ambassador shirt, brand new, size large. You must be a large, and I don't mean like a large. Jason is giving away props. He's got some Wonka bars just for your Wonka figure and stuff like that. And Absolutely Pro has donated a Walmart exclusive.
Oh, cool.
And the way we're going to do this is it's going to be based on audience participation from this whole thing from beginning to end. And you're going to have Marty Abrams and Joel and probably Paul. They'll probably be looking in on this, and they will make the ultimate decisions, or you will know within a very short amount of time. This is what I think I know. So, how do you win? Being the good egg ambassador like you guys already are. All right, that's all I had to say. I'm going to go back to the happy place. Hasta la vista.
There you go.
There, so don't talk about me.
Yeah, right. But that's fantastic about Target, Paul. I mean, things are just seems to be like you guys are more, hitting your stride. I mean, it's just amazing as far as the amount of figures you're putting out, the detail of the figures, the amount of retailers that are picking them up. It just, it just seems like things are, getting better and better. It's just, it's fantastic.
I can't disagree.
Seems like they're building a big base for this retail.
Yes, exactly.
I'm definitely not the guy to take credit for it.
I
just do what I'm told.
Right.
But
even internationally, it's taken off. It's huge.
You have to understand what's great about this brand is it has a history.
Right.
You're not, anybody over the age of 30 probably encountered Mego in their childhood. They may not even realize it.
Right.
It's not like they know a name, but once you see
Yeah.
the figure, these things are so iconic.
Correct.
That all the buyers are 40 or 50 years old. They're not kids. And when they see this, they're like, yeah, that's something, like, especially the better brands we can get, the more classic brands, or the better quality brand, not better quality, but the things
higher
that have
profile.
more,
Right. Yeah.
It's all about, just like with theater, it's about getting asses into the seats. It's about brand recognition.
Sure.
Ultraman brings in 50 years
of
fans.
Yeah.
Star Trek brings in 50-year fans. And we very much want to plumb Star Trek, new production too. And a lot of other cool things. DC. Trust me, I've got a list of 100 DC characters.
All right, start talking. We're listening.
I know nothing.
I tried.
No, we're not doing Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. No Mego Nazis, okay? Mego will not be making any Nazis.
Yeah.
Not Star Trek, Patterns of Force episode Nazis.
Yeah, that one always kind of was weird.
Yeah.
Well, that was when Hogan's Heroes was on hiatus.
There you
Hogan's
go.
Heroes were great. They same studios, They ran over and got costumes.
It's not the best Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well, piece of the action,
Piece of the action, yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Well, little tip. They actually had 2 different Space Nazi episodes that they had scripts for on the original series, not just the one you saw. Another writer actually worked on a second Space Nazi episode.
Wow.
Nazis,
and that was under producer Gene Kuhn, who pretty much everyone said he was responsible for the success of the first and second season. So he could have failures, he was also the writer on Spock's.
Right.
Hey,
your Trekkie show.
Spock, right.
Yep.
But no, we seriously, when we went to the Star Trek convention in Vegas in 2019. Looking around, I saw a lot of love for Discovery.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Big time.
It was like we, like this is a new one to get into, especially since McFarlane just dropped the ball. He had a license and did nothing.
Okay.
Really?
So, he according to him, he was designing, because everything with him has to be tooled, complete. He was starting on making figures of the bridge crew, Shenzhou, and he said 5 minutes into the show, they're all blown up.
They're all dead. Yeah, right. No.
So he felt like CBS, didn't play fairly with him or something. I don't know. But
got you.
He put out Kirk and Picard. They look just like the Diamond Select ones.
Yeah, they did. He
was surprised that they didn't fly out of the stores.
Yeah, I didn't. They didn't really appeal to me too much, but yeah, I thought that was what Art Asylum that did those for Diamond originally.
And Art Asylum was bought by Diamond Select.
Yeah, so there was like a lot of those style of figures out there for a long time.
Right. Yep.
Real
but
quick,
that's your traditional action figure market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6-7 inch, all plastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real quick from Joel, guys. Joel wanted to make sure that all the ambassadors knew the ones, because there was a couple comments about the 3-packs that were ordered that were canceled. Joel wanted to let everybody know that Mego has they have a limited amount of the 3-packs flown in, and they were going to try to match everybody's orders that sent you had to send your cancellation notice or something like that. Yeah.
Cancel.
For all who did that, I'm assuming for all who did that and followed that proper procedure, I think you are covered to still get your 3-packs from Mego directly themselves. The only thing is I mean, I'm sure if like, you know, somebody, well, there went that. Somebody ordered 80 or 83 packs by themselves. Probably not that guy, but
they don't get them then.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
No reason. You don't go greedy.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to do the best they can, but once again, that wherever that advertisement is, I think they'll probably rerun that on Ambassador, so you guys can see it again. But I know you had to show your cancellation notice, and then they're going to reach out and do the best they can to take care of you. And I do have one thing to say to Paul about the Art Asylum stuff, or the Diamond Select. Believe it or not the actual series, but my favorite were the Enterprise ones because they were kind of the way they were designed. Their suits, like their body, like they were soft rubber, and they were more of a seamless type thing.
That's PVC.
That was what?
PVC.
But
Same thing with the heads out of.
Yeah,
if you do it thin, has a flexible. Like a lot of times when you see the capes, you know, like rubber capes, that's PVC.
But why were those the only ones different? I know that was probably the last in the series because that was the last series made.
Because I think the sculptors on that, it was. I mean, I didn't. We worked with the guys at Diamond, and they were great, but you know, they would actually farm out the sculpting to somebody else. So it's very possible that the sculptors, like Jean St. Jean or something, who was doing those, had then said, "Oh, I got an idea to do a thin, you know, piece that would go over, you know, and that would give you the look of cloth
and the look of a seamless body too." I thought that was, you know, I wish they would have done some TOS like that. I guess that's what I'm saying. But good job anyway. You know, good job, Mike.
Sometimes you do an innovation in sculpting, you know, and the sales don't bear it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Blofeld. This is my new puppy.
Very
look at that.
Bella. She just came over to me, and then she's gonna try to lick me.
Awesome.
I don't be licked, but
really, she's a Chihuahua. I love it.
No, actually, she's a.
I'm joking.
I think they told us she was a black lab.
Yeah.
All right, cut it out.
Yep, looks like it. Yeah.
Not for other people.
You'll never eat alone again with a lab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we do. Sometimes we put it in the crate while we eat.
Yeah.
Well, you do. Anyway. I want to segue. I want to show you guys probably one of the neatest things that we've seen all year. It's a home run from the front cover to the very back page. Everything about it. My man in the upper right hand corner, he's responsible for it. It's a piece of literature. I hope it goes all the way. I hope it's as big as Starlog or Monsters of the Film. And here it is.
Oh.
Was that amazing?
Yeah, thanks for that. I can say there'll be Mego content in every issue going forward from now on of the magazine. I got Marty. Well, thanks to Paul and Joel, I got Marty involved a little bit, and I'm picking his brain on a bunch of different subjects.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think you should just have everybody's read every issue. Somebody's name to them. like Bernie Loomis from Kenner. And just, you know, capture it on the phone and have it transcribed.
We did have a very colorful conversation, I will say that. And I learned a few things I didn't know, like You know those Snoopy diecast cars by a company called Aviva that came out in the late 1970s? Do you remember those?
Okay.
They were done. They were done by Mego. Um, David Abrams knew the owner of Aviva, and he asked him to make them for him. And that's what got Mego into diecast. And that basically is why they did Eagle Force like that.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that before.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So my first couple of interviews with Marty have been about like Doctor Who and Space 1999, which he has limited memory of because they actually weren't busy working on it. But
right.
I think we're gonna move into like the Mad Monsters and Star Trek and that sort of thing, where I'm sure he's gonna have a lot more to say because his fingers are on there.
How about that? That was a little thing that wasn't supposed to happen.
Okay, hey. I was wondering about that.
I am so sorry.
It was cool, but
I am so sorry. Now I've got to regroup because son of a monkey. Okay, so now watch this. We're gonna play some magic. Presto, changeo, presto. We're back again. Thank you.
Okay.
Let me put the lock.
What just happened?
We're back.
Scott just
that was cool. That was very cool, Jason.
Scott, what just happened? That was not supposed to happen like that. When full disclosure, my power went out today in the final preparation, and when it came back on, I was behind in some things, and I still have a couple of time-lapse sequences from Jason, and I just tried to create one, and I did not have the lock on our interview segment. Therefore, the time lapse that I created went to, as you can see, went into what we were just doing, which has nothing to do with Paul's disappearance right there. That is.
Should we be concerned?
I don't know. Maybe,
he said it was.
Maybe we should be.
I don't know. It was a black lab. I don't know. Did anybody see? Did you see any shadows? Maybe he's being mugged. I don't know. But
I'm not sure.
He picked a bad time to get mugged, Paul Clark. Okay, well, so while he's not there, can I put myself back on without disrupting stuff? Probably not.
All right.
Okay, so now that we're doing exactly what we call, what time do we got here? We were at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
How everybody out there doing? Yes.
You're talking to us or the people in the audience?
Yeah, you're talking to us or?
We've totally lost Paul now. So check this out. There's disco. So what do I do? This is what I'm.
Just jump back on, Scott.
Of course. And of course. Okay. So no, I'm.
There you go, Jason. Thank you. There you go.
Okay. So, yes. So
I gotta say, Brian, the magazine looks phenomenal. I'm gonna reach out here, man. To me, I mean, I was always one of those guys that was first to like the comic book shop looking for like action figure review, tome arts,
me too.
All those magazines. I mean, I still have magazine boxes and boxes full of them, back before like everything was on the internet. I mean, that's how I got all my information. You know what I mean? So to see that come back, it's very nostalgic for me. I mean, they look great. So
I miss being able to buy a toy magazine, so I thought I'll make one, and I really didn't know where it would go, but I just really wanted to see if we could like take one really good shot at it, and it's gone over really well, you know.
Yeah.
Even so much that Marvin Azrak bought a copy of the first issue.
Nice.
And
That's
that was
awesome.
like really cool. Like oh, that's pretty impressive. And I never heard back from him, but
okay. I mean, from what I've
didn't
seen,
I just read a press release that you've got a book coming out through the Nacelle Company?
Yes.
Yeah, they are Thank you. I've been actually sitting on that information.
Behind the toys that make us, right?
It is.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. They're launching a book in print, and it's great news. I mean, I'm excited. My book went out of print years ago, and you know, I kind of missed it. And when they asked me to, you know, if they could sell it, it took me a long time. Like I actually kind of like had to really think how I felt about that, because I put like years of my life into that book, and then I was like, well, I'm not doing anything with it, so why not let them take a crack at it, and maybe they'll sell twice as many copies as I did, and then, you know, I can put the money in my kid's college fund or something. So I'm super excited. I think they're going to do a great job. I know they're going to promote the hell out of it, and that's the thing that excites me. So yeah, that was a huge win for me. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to see.
I was going to say, Brian, I can tell you that Brian Volk-Weiss is a huge fan of toys and everything that, you know, that we're into as well. So I know, you know, he'll definitely, you know, do it the right way. You know, well, you know that. I mean, he's a huge fan of everything pop culture. So.
Yeah, actually, Brian wrote the epilogue in the new version of Rack Toys, and it's really well written. It's really well done. I don't want to give it away, but he clearly loves the subject and has some personal things to say about it. And I like what he had to write. I wrote because I had to lay it out, so I read it and I thought, wow, this is actually really well done. Like it's good. He's talking about Rack Toys and what it relates to him, and I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Cool. You know? Well, congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome news, man. So I got Paul back in the green room. Before I bring him on, or as I bring him on, I'm going to fade out. But I want to leave you, Brian, and Paul when he comes back in, because they'll hear it with this. We've got a lot of people wondering. They're asking Mego Meat questions, and inquiry minds want to know. I'm ready, buddy. I already got my card ready to go.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out right now. We have a date, but we haven't announced it yet. There is a strong possibility I may not be able to attend this year because of the way the world is. But I have told Steve to go ahead without me, so to speak. So we'll see how it shakes out.
We can't do it without you. I won't go.
Wow. It's not about me, and you know, if the border's still closed, what am I to do? You know, we'll just have to figure it out.
Maybe we get another president or something. The border should be open by that point. I mean,
I don't know. Like I don't. You know, the best thing you can do is manage your expectations, and right now my expectations are there is a very strong chance I may not be able to attend, and anything else other than that is good news. So we'll see how that goes. You know.
Well, that's a way to look at it. Hey, Paul. Good to see you back.
Hi, Paul.
Hey,
Paul.
Sorry, I had to duck out.
I got you.
Somebody have to go out?
No. She's not at that point. I was the one that had to go out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody.
Actually, at the so I just moved it to the garage.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
we've all been
my
there.
Stuff-Mego banner.
Yeah.
I gotta readjust your room. I've been adjusting.
Right, left.
There you go.
I have a Shannon Doherty poster in my garage.
That's controlling the vertical and the horizontal.
I actually am.
Yeah. See, I have no control over that.
You know, when you move, I'm moving you. So
Yeah, there you go.
But,
it's not like you can't find focus. I'm actually causing you havoc. I'm sorry.
no, my phone was telling me that it was.
Oh, you just did something. Here, touch that again.
Yeah,
Well,
I raised the volume on my phone.
nope, you did something with the picture. Look at your picture.
Oh, what happened?
Again. Hit that again. Okay, you fixed it.
There you go.
Try it again. Nope, you did it
Okay.
again.
I'm not doing anything.
I know. I'm kidding. This the whole time. It's
there you go.
I'm
Strange guy.
Kind of awesome.
This is
we
actually
all
the
do
Dr.
that?
Mego.
It's a Dr. Mego. There you go. Laboratory.
Yeah, this is my lab.
I like
Laboratory.
Yeah. Now my phone was saying it had 10%. So I figured I'd better move to a plug.
Gotcha.
you guys.
Luckily I only missed the whole Brian thing about Toy Ventures.
Oh yeah, no worries. I can go on for hours about that.
Yeah. But as I said to you, Brian, you should definitely be doing a 12-issue subscription, even if it comes out every 2 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure that out very shortly. I want to find a piece of software that allows me to micromanages it for me, because I'd be too worried about letting I have a thing about taking people's money and not delivering. It's a phobia, and
Really?
I come from
some people have no problem with it. Yeah.
I know that, but I come from immigrants and entrepreneurs, and they were that got beat into me, and so I want to do it right, and I have to find a software, and I don't really have any peers in magazine publishing. I have some friends who have done some comics and stuff like that, and they were very helpful, but nobody does subscription. Nobody I know does subscription, so I'm gonna figure that out, and I need to. What's that?
Baltazar? Isn't Art Baltazar?
He might actually. I never thought.
Yeah, he did, because he's doing his Oh Yeah comics. And he's been doing them for a couple of years. He started as a Kickstarter.
Okay.
Yeah, as we often do, and
or somebody might be doing it for him.
Yeah.
But if I could figure out,
actually get a straight answer. Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I should ask him. Because once I figure out what kind of software to use or whatever, then issue 3's announcement will come with. You can also get issue 4, 5, and 6. So
nice.
That could be great.
It just gives you a cushion.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you're not constantly worrying about paying the printing bill.
Yeah.
Before you have product to sell.
Yeah,
just
exactly. Yeah. And I need to. I have been approaching distributors in the U.S. as well, trying to find somebody to get to more comic book stores than I'm getting to. But things have been really good with that. Most of my issue 1 people reordered, and the ones that didn't, I understood what was going on. They weren't doing that well, or but I got, for issue 2, I actually got 3 new stores and counting, including another one in downtown Tokyo, which is, I don't know, there's some sort of after years of buying Japanese magazines, it's amazing to sell Japan a magazine.
Right.
I don't know why that's so validating, but it is.
That's sweet revenge.
It is.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's great.
Yeah.
You will have your own fan club in China. You'll have your own fan club of teenage girls in Japan.
Oh, that sounds good.
That scream when you get off the plane.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
Are they screaming "run"? Because that's the right answer. Yeah.
They could be screaming "bonsai." You don't care.
Yeah. I promised my daughter a trip to Tokyo one of these days. I hope we can do it.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I'd love to go.
Me too.
It's nothing like a fully write-offable business expense.
There you go.
Yeah. Do the Toy Ventures tour.
Yeah, right? Yeah. There you go.
I've got an out-of-the-box question since I'm not on camera. Now that you guys have got the Hammer films, I've seen a lot of great suggestions. I mean, great suggestions that make knockoff figures look not worthy with just some of these Hammer creations. How are you feeling about that, Paul? How is that looking as far as coming to pass?
I don't know. I don't understand the question.
The different Hammer.
The Hammer has a lot of
Well, Brian,
universal style, a lot of universal names,
right?
But their own interpretation.
But okay, well, Brian should probably know all of them off the top of his head.
Well, that's one of the things I don't know. I do know like a lot about Hammer, but it's a bit like Batman 66 in that I'm surprised to see it come out as a license, because traditionally for years the only thing you could do was Dracula. I think a company called Product Enterprise released the first Hammer action figure about 20 years ago, and it was Hammer Dracula, and that was because I think that particular one was Taste the Blood of Dracula or Scars of Dracula, and that was licensable through Warner 7 Arts or Warner Brothers. But and then that's somebody came out with some busts, and they did Dracula and Von Helsing, and of course it was Peter Cushing. Then I think another company did. It just kept being Dracula. So I was really excited to hear Mego had the Hammer license, and someone had at least put together a package of some of the likenesses. How exotic? Like, I know you can't tip your hat as to what you're making, Paul, but how many characters?
I can off the air, but
Yeah.
You and I can talk about all day.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out is it a pretty good library of characters they have available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, excellent.
Very, very deep.
Oh,
really? Okay, that's great
wide.
news.
You heard it.
Awesome. You heard it there.
Hammer deep.
Mm-hmm.
I need a Mego Ingrid Pitt in my life.
Hammer deep.
Yeah, well, good luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, you've got like as we get further down. I mean, obviously Christopher Reeve Dracula,
Yeah.
But look at the Mummy. The Mummy's not that much different from Chorus or Imhotep.
Right.
Right.
We did our own Mummy. Mummy. And I always say there's a hierarchy of monsters.
Yeah.
Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Mummy.
Right.
Mummy sells less well than Dracula, Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So, and then Creature just kind of upends it.
Yeah.
The Creature fans are just crazy about Creature. Hammer doesn't have the Creature.
No.
Yeah, they didn't do their own version of that because that's so specific. But
Mm-hmm.
I've got a theory that the Mego Neptunian is actually Mego's attempt to do the Creature from the Black Lagoon without a license.
It isn't a mad monster, because a lot of people think
the
it's
hands.
just, oh yeah,
Looking at the Neptunian's hands and feet.
Yeah.
And it's a fish head. I have and the web line, and the scales on the bodysuit. I just wonder, was somebody working on, we're going to do our own Creature, but then, no, the monsters aren't going.
Throw it in Star
the monsters
Trek.
aren't going to continue. Hey, let's stick it in Star Trek. He'll be an alien.
Yeah.
Because the Neptunian never showed up in the original series, never showed up in the cartoon, never showed up anywhere, and yet there's the Neptunian.
Yeah.
The only issue I have with that, I don't think he was a mad monster, although he may have been inspired by the Creech for the aliens, because he has none of the tells of a mad monster. He has he has no ability to show glow hands. He has no glow eyes. And when you look at the 75 Mego Toy Fair reel shows a really handmade Neptunian, like he has cloth gloves, felt.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think he was cobbled together for the aliens line, but it very well could be that they just wanted to make a Creature from the Black Lagoon like character and threw him in there like that. That's totally plausible.
Because I wish he let the designers go.
Yeah,
he let them, come up with whatever they, And
Well, I think
back
the most-
then what did they get? I mean, they got black and white stills from the license.
Yeah, well, that was
Right.
one of the things that Neil Copeland said to me, or was it to Robin? I just remember he said, "Have you watched that show?" You know, and it was basically like they didn't really think they had to adhere to the canon of the show. They were making toys, and they just made fun characters.
Right, and also licensors back then didn't really have a say.
Okay.
oh yeah, in fact,
You got your assets,
Yeah.
and they left
Yeah.
you alone.
Right.
well,
right.
in
Right.
fact, the guy who handled Paramount's licensing back then was a guy who had an office on the lot. He got paid 10% of everything, and he famously said to Marty Abrams, "Do whatever you want." So,
Nice.
like that, and I think
Which
at
is all
one
you have
point,
to say.
yeah, I think at one point Marvel's secretary was
Not Flo.
a secretary, or Marvel's licensing agent was also just like Stanley's secretary.
Yes,
At
yes.
one
She
point,
probably
yeah.
walked in with
Wow.
with whatever they sent. They went, "What do you think?"
Yeah, yeah.
Run,
I
run with
guarantee you,
it.
Spider-Man got red hands because Stan said, "Hey, Spider-Man's got red hands."
Yeah.
What about Captain America? Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
You got a shield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's always amused me. Somebody asked me recently, like, why didn't Mego fix that if he was selling so well? And it's like, why would
They did. They did the 12-inch.
Yeah, they did the 12-inch. That's true.
That's their idea. That's when you fix something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the 12-inch had problems of its own.
Right. But the reality is, it was selling. Why?
Yes.
Why
Yeah.
screw around with it?
Why mess
Exactly.
with it?
Yeah.
Unless you have a problem with
Right,
sourcing, why bother?
Mhm.
Captain America was in every assortment every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it right to the end, and he
I
was
think
absolutely my favorite.
Mine too. I think I had him 4 or 5 times growing up over the course of my childhood. So, yep.
I can honestly remember being 8 years old and throwing the shield up in the air, and it actually worked like a frisbee and came
Yeah.
back to me. It was
It
like
does.
the coolest
It
thing.
has.
Yeah.
If you take an original shield and fling
Yeah.
it across the room, it works.
It goes.
Yeah.
The thing is, I really wish I could make a metal detector for plastic and go through every backyard, searching
right.
for door hammers and captain
Yeah.
bolts.
Yep.
How many boots and gloves are you going to find
Yeah.
out in flower beds about a foot down?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, people may say, "What are you doing in my flower bed?"
Yeah.
I think there was a story about that on the Amiga Museum where a guy buried his Dracula doll as a kid
Yes.
and then went to the house that he lived in and asked if he could do this and dug it up.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And he found it. Yeah, he found it. It
Wow.
was
Wow.
messed. But it was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever read. Like that he actually retrieved this old childhood toy.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
You know?
That's crazy. Hey, Paul, getting a lot of questions here. People want to know, what is the fate of the 14-inch line of characters?
It is alive and well and coming back.
Oh, that's good.
Big
news.
time.
Yes.
Oh, big time.
No details, just
Fantastic.
it's back for 2021.
Finally, a 14-inch Mrs. Garrett.
Cool. That made,
Yeah, right.
No, really, 14-inch Ultraman.
wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that sounds
Perfect.
terrible.
I don't think that's a leak. I think that's just a given.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
makes perfect
use.
sense.
Right, so
Yeah.
all the bunch of people, nobody knew about it. Yeah, that was probably a leak. That's okay.
Yeah, no,
It
it has been announced. It's
It's a
not on the
reveal.
schedule. I'm just saying,
Oh, great.
14-inch, a logical idea would be a 14-inch
is.
Ultraman.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
And so now I got a follow up to that, which has nothing to do with 14-inch characters, but it has to do something with Ultraman. two-part question. How far is Mego going with Ultraman? I know they got Ultra 7, but are they planning on doing the Ultraman Joe? I don't even know the names of these things yet, and I actually own them. But
I know. Yeah, there's a lot. It's like Doctor Who. There's a lot of different variations.
Yeah.
And everybody has favorites. But more importantly, listen, it's up to us.
Right.
The more Ultramans that get bought, the more Ultramans will get made. You want a Mrs. Garrett? Buy up the Tooties and Joes.
Okay. So,
but not the Blairs. Just leave the Blairs.
The Blairs. I got them all.
One, yeah. Blair's
a beauty queen.
Good reason to get that one signed. Good reason to get it signed. So, okay, so now a follow-up to that question. You guys seem to be doing exceptionally well with one-off characters as opposed to committing yourself to a whole line of figures.
Like a Star Trek wave.
Like a Star Trek wave. So,
right.
Like a logical choice would be, somebody suggested this the other day, but like the Crow, that would be like a one-off figure. Not Ultraman, but like Jeepers Creepers, this Candyman and stuff like that. Those are great one-off characters. Nobody wants to see anybody else from that movie, as far as I know, anyway.
Right.
So you can keep going along that path with great success. At what point? And I'm sure that you guys, there's probably like a master list of all this stuff. How deep? I guess what I'm asking is in the next coming waves, how deep are we gonna get into these one-offs, like figures just like the Crow and stuff like that? What would you say? Because obviously horror and weird would probably go together as a no-brainer. Again, which
it's more. It's more about licensing.
Right. Well,
who has the Crow? Was that New Line? And you have to understand, even if a studio made a movie, that doesn't mean they have the rights now.
Yeah.
These things get traded back and forth now among studios, where it used to be you go to the people who made the movie and that who has the rights. Sometimes we find that when we go talk to them, they go, well, we don't have that anymore. Or worse, you've got the problem of, I think it was Jimi Hendrix, where different family members are claiming that they have the rights to it.
Yep.
Okay.
And you don't have, you don't know who is what.
Right.
And sometimes you go with one group and then somebody else says, no, they don't have that. I have that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's, I love guys that say, you should do the Crow. I'm like, okay, do you know who? Do you know who has the rights to it? You got the guy's number?
Right.
It's a bit like it's like Kolchak the Night Stalker. I had this idea to do this years ago, and it's kind of hard to figure out who the hell owns Kolchak. Like it's not Universal. It's Francie Productions.
Right. You know how you find out? You make them.
Yeah.
Right. And then who comes knocking on your door?
I did. Somebody
do it
asked me
first and
Invasion of the
apologize.
Sorcerer Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Invasion of the Sorcerer Men, old crappy science fiction movie. This guy was putting up the money using my bodies, my factory, tooled it, did it. I get a letter from a lawyer saying you're part of this lawsuit.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? Well, what do I do? And it's apparently the widow of the guy who owned it heard about it.
Paul Blaisdell? Okay.
Nice thing about dementia, you don't remember anybody's names anymore.
That's funny, man.
I wonder because Saucerman was an AIP film.
See,
but the guy behind it,
and whoever this guy who was contacting me went out and thought he did his due diligence, and then somebody's wife came up out of woodwork and said, "I'm suing you."
I think that's Arkov's wife. I think there is something going on with AIP's library. I can't remember what it is now, but it's in the back there somewhere.
But
there's some sort of dispute. Yeah.
So what are you going to do? It's like Yeah, I'd love to make Greatest American Hero.
Yeah.
Is Stephen Cannell's next of kin licensing it?
Right.
You know,
Right.
are we going to find a Hot Toys 12-inch version for $200? You know, and
I have
then
a really
he comes
funny
back and go,
story
so that's
about.
it.
I have a really funny story about Stephen Cannell because I was doing a series of trade shows around the world, and so was he. And I ran into him in 3 different cities. So, like, I ran into him in Toronto, Los Angeles, and Frankfurt, Germany. And the first time I asked him about Mego stuff, and he just rolled his eyes. And then the second time I ran into him, I just started like going like I knew him because he's a Hollywood producer, and it was hilarious. I'd be getting coffee, and I'd just go up to him and go, "Steven," and he'd look at my name tag and go, "How are you, Brian?" You know, and it's
Yeah.
That's
but yeah, he doesn't seem to have any interest in licensing The Greatest American Hero when he was alive.
Because he need to.
Yeah.
He made enough money and was busy enough off of, you know, I guess he deal with, maybe he didn't deal with Gloop in the 80s. Maybe that was, you know, somebody else.
Right.
Because they did make a team.
They did. Yep.
Riptide got toys. Yeah, I don't know. When I met him, he was fancying himself a crime novelist.
Right.
And I have a whole bunch of signed Stephen Cannell books around here somewhere. But yeah, he didn't. That was really interesting to me. Like, you guys got a 1-day license for FX, right?
3 day.
3
days.
Wow.
500 figures. And the whole point of that was to get into Cannell to talk to him about a real license.
Okay.
Right.
And the guy who did it dropped the ball. Well, you know, it may not have been his fault, but I blame him anyway.
Oh, the showrunner?
Yeah.
He got me to do the
I don't
card.
remember his name anyway.
I do, but I won't say it. He got me to do a lot of work on that card, and my payment was supposed to be getting the Greatest American Hero figure to a friend of mine who was very sick with liver disease at the time. And yeah, he didn't do it. That always ticks me off.
Trust me, that's the MO.
Yeah, I didn't mind that I didn't get a figure, but I was like, you got to give my sick buddy a figure because he loves Greatest American Hero. And
Yeah.
That ticked me off, man.
That's awful.
Well, you know what? If they hadn't sold, he would have been happy to get, you know. I told him, look, I took figures in exchange for payment.
Right.
On some of it. And, you know, a friend of mine got what I was supposed to get before the show ended.
Wow.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, because I was at the show. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he made sure to, he knew this guy, and he saw how they were selling, and he made sure to collect my cut before he started to run out. So I went to Disney World that night with a box of Greatest American Heroes. Go crazy on eBay.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at my wife going, wow, this was a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna do a quick segment here. I want to remind everybody that it's 10:30, and while we still have plenty of ambassadors hanging on.
Yeah, no, it's my bedtime. Come on.
Yeah, it's time to wrap up.
It's Saturday night.
Yeah,
we got to go.
Yeah. Before we got any farther, I wanted to give a shout out, if I can get it in focus now. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I wanted to give a shout out to. Oh, yes. Where am I? Oh, no. Bear with me. Oh, it's not going to bear with me. How about that? Okay. We're going to be like that. That's fine. That's fine. We can do that. Never mind. We're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'll put myself back on camera. Be prepared. Okay.
You do know we can hear you.
Yeah. No, that's why. No, obviously, and I'm actually trying to be very good. Oh, because it's
Monologuing.
locked.
Yeah, right.
It's the lock. It's the lock.
Hopefully, we'll get to some figure reveal soon.
Well,
There you go.
Yeah.
that's
Sorry, what?
Yeah, we
What?
should
No,
we'll probably get to that.
No.
Yeah, we probably should.
Oops. Hey,
Get
Brian.
to the fireworks factory. What the heck?
Yep.
That's not what I meant to do.
Yeah.
So anyway, I want to give a shout out to Jason Young.
Oh yeah.
His book. This is one of the coolest and cleverest. It's just a clever idea. It's artwork.
It is.
It's rappers. Everybody trading card rappers. Everybody who's anybody. There's Jason. Now, why does
Oh,
this
nice.
plug look familiar? Because he actually dated your sister. No, that is not why. He is actually the guy who's done several of these Mego cards.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
I am
An
stuck.
amazing artist. Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have an example to show you, but if you have a cool Mego J card in front of you, it's probably Jason's. So
Stan Lee, right? He did the Stan Lee card.
I probably
He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
can see this book is
He did actually. He also did Hammer Dracula,
Oh, nice.
which
if I
is
remember right.
Creature too, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he? Because that was a good one.
Yes,
That is
he
a
did,
real
yes,
Lincoln
yeah.
Monsters
Yeah, no,
vibe.
he
I
was-
like that one.
It does, Brian.
He's been a real trooper
Yeah.
on especially because a lot of times I had to be like, we gotta get this right away.
Yeah.
I wanted to,
The problem with production is it's hurry up and wait.
Right.
Everything is rush, and then, well, wait, we haven't gotten an answer to that, and then come on, we gotta get out. We got, it's like the army.
Right. Yep.
and just for the hell of it, because I had him. So there's been a couple revisions in the program, and one of them is we were going to one of the whole purposes of this is the ambassadors were going to choose what they thought their favorite figure was of 2020. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the slideshow up and running. It was doing 6 seconds per picture, and we'd be here till Tuesday, and it's just not worth it. So, what's going on with the contest? Hey, man, we've been ripped off, man. Now we're gonna, like I said, the contests are going to be judged by audience participation, and I think Frank, I think Absolutely Retro is going to. We're gonna come up with something ingenious to give away that big ticket item. But as far as the signed figures and shirts, exactly how it went down, exactly how we said. I do want to, before we show this reveal, not only can you get these figures through Walmart and like they were discussing at Target, I want to make everybody aware that Frank Wojo, Absolutely Retro, that's your local.
That is the man.
You also have Joey Scarpella with Collect 'Em All. He's another good egg out there. You have Zolo's Room, which deal in not only the.
Thank you, Solo, for the 2 remaining KISS members I needed. And I didn't go broke buying them.
There you go. I was just going to say, because not only do they have what's out right now, they have probably the best go-to back catalog of all of the new Mego figures. That's where Frank and I would go if we needed that backlog of stuff. You also have Rich Carrillo. He's a one-man operation, and he's not looking to take anybody's customers. What Rich just wants to do, it's like, hey man, he's got a few people that are his buddies, and he helps them out, and he's always looking for other people to help out as well. You've got some more.
You got Mike Kales too.
Boom.
Like Kale.
Mike Kale's Dead Format community effort. Mike, I'm sorry, I almost missed you, because that was another victim of my electricity going off. I'm supposed to have a list right here in front of me that did not get printed. I'm sorry. For all the other people out there that are moving figures for Mego, we commend you. Keep it up. Nobody's trying to step on anybody's toes. There's plenty of this to go around. And
I think the biggest thing is just getting Mego product into people's hands, no matter who sells it. That's what it's about.
That's right. And for those of you, Mike Kales, I see you on there, buddy. Hey, for those of you that are ambassadors, for those of you that have been here since the beginning, for those of you that have kept that positive attitude when it looked like it wasn't a positive, we definitely appreciate all that. You are always in our thoughts, and when I say that, I mean we physically sit around and talk about. I don't know how many times Terry Jackson has come up in the conversation. I don't know how many times Jason Allgood has come up in conversation. With Joseph Shepard, I don't know how many times Jason Allgood has come up. But you know what I mean. All of you guys, you've added to this. Mario Mace. I'm just the list can go on and on and on. Oh, Daryl Love.
And it will.
Yep.
And it will.
David,
Did somebody have that Oscar music that when you're going too long?
That just
Right.
just did something.
Yeah.
Play him out. Play him off.
Just some cool something that just made me laugh throughout the day because whether just like a purposely dumb funny comment of something to make or just whether it was just ragging on one of us. I mean, this is all in fun, but this is also to bring back something from our childhood.
Sure.
So, without further ado, before we do this, Brian.
Yeah.
Looking at a Locutus right there. I just saw.
Yeah. I ripped him off the card. I am gonna do a mint off card on this guy, but
look at that.
I already filmed the carded segment, but actually it's really neat. Not
Very
the
cool.
biggest Next Generation guy, but I'm not even sure I've seen this episode, but
Really?
I really like him. Yeah,
Best of both worlds?
That's
possibly
like not having
end of season 3, beginning of season 4.
Okay.
Sorry.
It was always on in the background in college. I'm a Kirk and Spock guy. Like that's where I go with Star Trek. But I like neat figures, and I especially love this tube coming out of his head. That's kind of awesome.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
The
Very
factory's
clever.
like, we can't put a tube in. I go, the tube has to be there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it's integral to the character.
Right.
It reminds me of Membros, from the Micronauts. He had that backpack going to his gun. I loved that thing.
Yeah.
It's a really nice figure. I'll be doing a review on it, and I'm also going to be doing the Cubby Awards this week because a whole bunch of people voted, and some interesting. Well, there's some surprising winners in that. I really enjoyed doing that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
The thing with Locutus is, my intention is that's the basic version, and that there's a deluxe version coming later.
That makes
part
sense.
1 versus part 2 of Locutus. Even the
see, because it's a 2-part episode.
Gotcha.
And this one is when he's first converted to Borg,
first
and he's basically wearing a sweater.
Yeah.
And then in the second episode, he's like white-faced. He's got the spinny attachment on his arm. He's got the blender.
Gotcha.
That
He's got the doodads. Yeah.
Because a lot of people looked at it and went, this sucks. Like,
I got
kind of supposed to it a little. It's supposed to be a very basic.
Look, I'm such a huge Trek fan. He could have.
He could have been just ahead.
Yeah.
Just
put the head in the blister and go, that's
weirdly enough, even though I'm not the world's biggest Next Gen fan, I do love Q. And the judge's robe thing was awesome.
Scott Fenstener.
Oh, there you go.
Scott Fenstener did that sculpt.
Okay, so he did the Greatest American Hero for the FX Con.
Yes, he did. And he also did Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
And
Under the Giant.
Else, a couple others. Yeah, Under the Giant. And Scott. Scott has been, long suffering. He doesn't get as much attention as like Andy and Sean, but
right.
He's been a great guy to work with.
Hey, he's a very, very talented sculptor.
Cool.
quick
They're
question.
starting to get asking about the reveal. Maybe we should go to that.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Finally get to the fireworks factory.
Okay,
Yeah, what
There
is
you
the
go.
reveal?
let's do. Let's also. We need to thank Rachel for all the wonderful work. Thank
Oh
Sean.
yeah.
Thank you, Rachel. You're awesome.
Absolutely.
You're awesome.
All right,
Yep.
guys. So this is your reveal. It's going to be a quick one, and we'll give you a little bit of time to comment on it after it's over. But without further ado,
I do.
I do.
A doing, yeah.
without
I think there's some ado
With
going
more
on
a
here.
doing.
everybody ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Give me a keg of beer.
I'm
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm enjoying reading the comments of this. That was really slick.
Wow. That was
Karloff
awesome.
Frankenstein.
That looks amazing. Amazing.
Full disclosure, I saw the original sculpt the other day,
Yes,
and
well, yeah.
it's glorious. Like,
It is.
it's
Yes,
so
it is.
good.
It's fantastic.
But
Yep.
it was just a tease, just a tease. We've got some great stills coming that'll really show off how beautiful these sculpts are.
Honestly,
Oh yeah.
that
Awesome.
off in that video, I can tell you for a fact it's washed out a little bit to the point where I sent Jason a message like, "Hey man, can you take down some of that vibrance on it so we can get it,
Yeah.
Well, I guess the
Right.
thinking was we wanted to just give a quick tease. That way
Sure.
we can
Yeah.
unleash high quality pictures and
Yeah.
It's a very
maybe even
slick presentation. That was awesome.
That was cool. And the segue into Teen Wolf, I loved it. That was cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go, man. And
Right.
I'm gonna bring before we close, I got Andrew still waiting. He wants to say a couple words, and we're gonna get him off and then
Right.
shut it down. Who wants to take a breather? Frank, we got you.
You know
buddy.
what?
Yep.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'll bow out, too.
Could use a bathroom break.
Okay.
Yep.
Ryan's gonna take a bathroom break. Frank, you have to stay.
I'm staying.
Oh shit. Where's Andrew?
Good thing those depends come in handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Guess what? I think I X'd him for no reason. Andrew. Hold on. You know what? Oh, I'm on it. I was gonna say, let me get me back. I'm already there. All right, shit. Hey, you know what? Let's do something crazy. Kevin.
They look, Paul, the figures look great.
Let's-
Those three figures.
Big dog on.
You know,
Let's-
the bride could not look like Elsa Manchester. Manchester. Yeah, Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had to not be her like.
Okay, your audio just flaked
We
out.
lost you,
That's why
Paul.
we went with looking at it. Oh, really?
Yeah, your audio is flaking on you. So
Okay. Yeah, it's my automatic sensor.
There you go.
That makes sure I don't say anything I shouldn't be.
oh really?
Yeah, right. It's
To,
a
to make sure I
filter.
don't say anything I'm not
I
supposed to.
Right.
I just got what you were saying. All right, I just sent out a quick message. See, and for those out there that are wondering, trust me, if I didn't have to be on the situation, I wouldn't be. Okay, wait, someone just sent me a message. Oh, Kevin, don't know if I'll be able
I
to.
actually like the fact that it's different from the MC version, though, Paul. I think it looks cool,
Well,
and it goes with the Frankenstein.
I'll tell you, that was one thing. It's like considering Frank has to be green,
Right.
and then looking at a lot of artwork for Bride of Frankenstein, a lot of people have gone with green.
Yep.
You know, like if you watch the movie, they're both white.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet, from color photos that have been discovered, they were actually green.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, they both look great. And the Teen Wolf, man, the Teen Wolf blew me away. That thing looks way cool.
It does. The trick is there's a lot of makeup on Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
In that movie. So it's hard to find that face inside all that.
For sure.
Poor Andy, it looked, you could see it more in the original sculpt.
Yeah.
And got guest number 1. There's Big Dog.
Color kind of throws you off.
Gotcha. Kevin.
How's everybody doing?
He's breathing.
Good, man.
Yeah, if I can get every other word out, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But, other than that.
On the mend now? On the mend?
Yeah. Finally.
Good.
Finally. Can't see my doctor until next weekend, even though the third test came back negative, but he won't see me in office until next Friday, and hopefully we can figure out how to get rid of this drip and this throat that's keeping me coughing. So that's where we are. Other than that, I'm good to go.
Awesome.
Good, man. It's good to hear.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Thank you.
You are Superman.
Yeah.
How did it look out there, Kevin?
What happened?
How did the broadcast look out there?
Oh, it was fantastic, man. It was fantastic. Everything went great. Everything looked great. Everybody sounded great. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Good.
And if you go back and read the comments, you'll see what a great support there was tonight for this broadcast.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
All right.
There he is.
Okay, we got Paul back. Oh, Brian dropped out. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he said he had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, my bad. I'm a dummy. Okay. Oh, Paul's already here.
Yeah.
Paul didn't go nowhere. Frank was the other one who was going to drop out.
Oh, that's right. Oh, because Frank.
Yep.
Oh, because Paul dropped out at the same time. Oh, I got you. Paul just. Somebody just dinged. Oh. Yeah. Okay. You know what, Jason?
Yes, sir.
You know what, Jason's either on good acid or you're just the stillest person I've ever met. Because about 8 times I looked over at you tonight, and I'm like,
yeah, it's like he left. He put the cardboard up and he left. And
right.
It's a still.
Back. I'm thinking,
Yep.
Oh, this is my holographic representation. Real
there you go.
There you go. Does anybody notice that Jason is in the Next Generation uniform? He is.
Yes, I saw it.
This is the third season.
Dressed for the occasion.
And he's
yes, this is why I'm keeping it at this level. Spandex is not kind to my half-century body.
Right.
For that TMI, but I'm just kidding. And actually, I outrank you. I have all the little dealios on my, because I have a red shirt TNG uniform as well. I have more little buttons.
Yes, I have just 2 pips. I am a lieutenant in this outfit.
Lieutenant.
Or what captain. So
actually,
gotcha.
I think I'm just a captain because I think I took one out because I don't look like an admiral or anything. But
yeah, right.
I don't. I mean, quite frankly, I don't. So, what'd you think of that reveal, Kevin?
Fantastic.
That was awesome. My wife can't wait for Teen Wolf.
Nice.
She just absolutely loves the figure.
Nice.
Every time a new wave comes out, I pick a new favorite. I can't wait for Wonka, man. Well, Wonka was such a huge part of my childhood that it was like one of the things you had to watch whenever it came on Channel 7. It was just one of the if it came on, that was the next television. So absolutely love Wonka. So
it's a gorgeous figure. I mean, to me, that's like Mego. It just captures the essence of Mego to me.
Yep.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about what they've been doing. Such a broad, diverse range of licenses. And I'm telling you, I can point to each of these figures you're putting out going, oh my God, that was an important part of my childhood. That was an important, cultural touchstones. I mean, you guys have really tried this year.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's just I said it in one of the chats a while ago. Just looking at that picture that you took, that group photo shot, and if you don't think you don't know, if you think that Mego doesn't know what they're doing, just with the last two waves, you shouldn't be in the hobby. You don't belong in the hobby. If you could look at that photo and think that they're not going in the right direction with just that photo right there. So, I mean, that says it all. That says it all.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, obviously, without a doubt, they surpassed. Oh shoot! Hold on a minute. Now Joel's now Joel's getting involved. Okay, I can play that. So hold on 1 second. So let me see how I can do this. Okay, you got it. Okay. Wait a minute. So he's trying to hold on, Joel. I can do this. Give me a second, guys.
Okay.
And that's when the lights went out again in North Carolina.
Yep.
No.
Exactly.
Okay, so I just gotta figure out who I am. No, I know. Okay, so damn it, he's making me think too quickly. All right, so see, the funny thing is, I studied this program for like the last 7 days just so I can be halfway up to speed. This is one of those things where there's 1,000 things to study, and then when you think you've studied enough, there's 1,000 more. So anyway, but I can do this. So I am going to create yet a new scene, and then in that new scene, I think I will. Come on now. Hold on a second, guys. Paul's like, I see Paul going back and forth in his chair. Oh, there it is right there. Bada bing, bada boom. So talk amongst yourselves.
I do want to tell all of you guys, thank you so much for making this Mego community one of the most exciting things to be a part of. Every single one of you. I mean, my God, Frank, Paul, Kevin. I mean, even Brian Hyler. You have made this such an enjoyable thing to be a part of. Thank you for everything you've done for all of us.
And they don't know all the secret stuff you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Just to make your life more fun.
Why did I sign the NDA?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, all right. There we go. Ultra 7.
So
nice.
Just wanted you guys to see this.
With the karate chop hand.
Very cool.
The hands were a big improvement over the original Ultraman release. I saw that and it was just wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, this figure came out really nice.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Cannot wait for that. That looks awesome.
And then future releases of Ultraman will come with the same hands.
Nice.
Silver. That's actually the Captain America salute hands.
Okay.
All right.
The Marvel set.
Gotcha. That's a good use of that hand, though. Very good use.
Hey,
I love the Marvel reuse.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nothing ever goes in the trash.
Nope. So now you'll have the first Ultraman release back to get. Then you'll have to get the second one with the flat hand.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Nice.
Marketing at its finest.
Very cool.
Remember, you can order them through Frank. $15 in shipping.
Yes,
you
can.
From eBay. We know where to get them.
It will arrive better than it should.
I got
Thank you.
From Andrew Covalt, just to let you know, he said he's logged off for the night, but he very much appreciates you as a community. He looks forward to future. He can't tell me what he knows either. So he just kind of summed it up as just wait, the best is yet to come. And
yes,
yes, it is.
Awesome.
That's been the mantra for quite some time now. And
just think of that. How exciting is that? Everything that we've seen so far.
Just think of how exciting it is. Things that we haven't.
Tip of the iceberg.
Exactly. The best is yet to come. How about that?
So all of you out there saying can't do it, can't do it, can't do it. Never say never with Mego, man.
Look, right now, this is equivalent to we've eaten at Wendy's, but we haven't even seen the steakhouse yet. We've had some beef, but we haven't had the best part of the cow. Paul's like, what the hell does that mean? I don't know. It's a bad.
I don't know. What?
Oh, lordy. Fellas, it's past some people's bedtimes. Just so you know, we've had 1,343 thumbs up, 1,939 hearts, 50 lobbies. We've had one angry, whoever that is. I'm gonna have to beat him with a noodle. One guy,
probably me. I apologize. I was trying to play. You guys were getting my time.
One guy, right. Hopefully that guy was because he couldn't have internet access. But if it was somebody that was waiting for, it was probably somebody about the contest, and there I can't blame you. We're going to get that straightened out. We're going to make sure that these things that we're going to give away, we're going to certainly give them away. We just got to.
Yep.
Now it's going to go to the boardroom as it is. So now they're really making the ticker jump. I see how you guys are. They're really making it jump. Now we're over 2,000 hearts and 1,400 and something.
Okay. All right. I'm out of here.
Bye, Paul.
I gotta get out.
Paul, have a good night, sir. Good talking with you.
Thank you for everything you do, sir.
Adios.
Thanks.
This bud's for you. Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. So let's wrap this show up with
wrap it up.
We're going to do one more. For those of you who weren't here for the first 2 times, we're going to close this show with a message from Marty. And I want everybody to have a good night and just pay attention to the ambassador page tomorrow. We'll highlight the details about the contest.
Yep.
Go without further ado.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Yep.
Go. How you guys doing? I want to wish you all a very happy, healthy, and safe New Year. And I welcome you as a team because this last year was a team effort. We turned around and we took a problem and we turned it into an opportunity. And that opportunity was for us as a group, just for me on a personal level, spectacular. You guys were great, you were gracious, and you were supportive. This year should be much better. We've opened up a range of additional customers. Now we have both Target and Walmart simultaneously. Our international business all exploding, all because of the Mego ambassadors. I heartily wish you and say thank you and all the best for a thankful and a wonderful and successful New Year. Thank you.